I'd seen other people that have been having success with their, with their cyberbackers, and then having a brief conversation with you, and it was very interesting. So basically, the experience, the hiring process was very informative. I love how you guys do the interviews up front. So I kind of get a little bit of a idea as to what each of these individuals are about. Kind of taking the personality test, the different things like that, and be able to review that, and then speaking with them in person. It was really helpful. It helped me actually be able to make a lot more informed decision.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Mikey Hyde with Cyberbacker Montana, and today we have a client of ours, Seth Haak, with 5 Talents Realty Group from Great Falls, Montana, and we're super excited to have him come on and share his experience of growing a team with Cyberbacker Montana. Seth, how you doing today, bud?
Doing good.
It's awesome. So, Seth, how long have you been in the real estate business?
About just over 2 years.
2 years. And you're growing a pretty good team from what it appears.
Yeah, it's been working out well. We started the team back in December of last year, and so we started off with just an admin, and then kind of went from there. And now we have lead management, transaction coordination. We have our media director, and then we have 2 buyers agents on the team as well. So
that's phenomenal to see someone come into the business and quickly adapt into leverage. It's pretty impressive. And it's really proof that when you lean into talent and into leverage, that you can grow a business, whether you've been in real estate for 1 year or 10 years, 20 years, there's always room to improve and to definitely lean in to support. Seth, what's the experience like hiring a cyberbacker?
I really had no idea what to expect when I first started this thing. You think to yourself, like, man, these people live overseas. Maybe they don't speak the same language. All these preconceived notions that you really just have no idea what you're getting yourself into. I'd seen other people that have been having success with their, with their cyberbackers, and then having a brief conversation with you, and it was very interesting. So basically, the experience, the hiring process was very informative. I love how you guys do the interviews up front. So I kind of get a little bit of a idea as to what each of these individuals are about. Kind of taking the personality test, the different things like that, and be able to review that, and then speaking with them in person. It was really helpful. It helped me actually be able to make a lot more informed decision.
Perfect. I think Danny's going to ask a couple questions real quick.
All right.
Sure.
So yeah, got this, Mike. So yeah, as your growth backer, I want to know what's the biggest change that happened to your business since you've had a cyberbacker, Seth?
Well, it's given me a lot of freedom, honestly. I mean, there's definitely a learning curve when you're just explaining to them what systems and processes you want to use and implement, things like that. But I kind of get to cheat because Mike has done a phenomenal job of kind of paving the way in that stuff. It's really great when I can. Probably one of the favorite things that I like about cyberbackers is when, they just ask you, what are the programs that you're using? I'm like, well, I use, my CRM is Command with KW. We use Flex. We use, a few different programs. And then you guys actually provide them a baseline training on all those different programs. And then any training that we have already set up, we send over to them as well to get trained on prior to us even receiving them. So it makes my job a lot easier being able to just already have the basic framework built.
Right. I tell you, when I spent the last 2 years hiring and training in person, and I consider myself a pretty patient person. However, I find myself getting a little short with training at times when I'm like, click over here on this, click over on that. And what blew my mind when I hired Angelica, our first cyberbacker, was that she was up to speed enough with Command and all the applets within it that if I said, click on the opportunity applet, she just quickly clicked on the opportunity applet. And I was like, oh my God, like this is easier to train someone across the ocean than it's ever been for me to train someone in person. And I really credit that to that first 20 days where Cyberbacker steps in and actually takes over and shows them these systems and tools that we're using. So yeah, I agree. That right there was probably one of the biggest reasons why I dove headfirst into Cyberbacker after our first one, was just the fact that they know where to click when you tell them to click on something. I'm like, this is amazing.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's been incredibly helpful. And the fact that, man, I mean, we only have 2 Cyberbackers, but they're very proactive. Like they're motivated. Just you get to see their smiling face every day, and they're like, hey man, let's do this. What do you got for me? What can we do? And then, so I have my meetings with them at 8:00 on Mondays, and we kind of just lay out the week as to what that looks like. And, it's been fantastic. So a little bit more about me. So yes, I've had my license for just over 2 years, but I did part-time for about a year. So I've really only been doing this a full-time agent thing for about the past 12 months. And, you're a new agent, you're starting out, you're just trying everything, see what works. Right. And, the wheels started turning. I started becoming successful. And then I just started falling apart a little bit. I'm like, man, there are literally not enough hours in a 24-hour period to make this happen. And, through hiring, my first hire was fantastic. The second one was really good too. But seriously, only with those guys, I feel super blessed. I'm actually number 7 for our area right now. And I could not have gotten on that level if these guys hadn't been there to take care of a lot of our transactions, a lot of our farming material. They do a great job with all of our Google stuff. You go on for 20 minutes on how helpful they've been for me to be able to succeed with this stuff.
It's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you've been our client for
Oh,
so
you're on mute,
sorry, I
Danny.
was on mute. I was very excited to say congratulations, Seth. And I'm just really, really happy to hear this from you. It's just been 3 months, right? I know
Yeah.
we've had your first Cyberbacker last June, right? It's Al, and now you have 2. Wow, I'm just very, very happy to hear these words from you. And when you said
Yeah.
freedom, wow, I love this. I love hearing these words from a client like you. So congratulations again.
Thanks.
Yeah, and also I want to ask, do you recommend Cyberbacker?
Yes, I've recommended Cyberbacker to quite a few friends. Not all of them, because I want to cheat the awesomeness under the hat. I'm joking. It's it's super cool. I've actually talked to a lot of my friends about it, because most of them are just like, man, they're doing very well, but they're struggling. And I'm sure it works super well for an agent that's just starting to, but man, for agents that are hard charging and they think they can do it all the same, or do it all on their own, they seriously can't, or they'll have no life at all. So I find it to be very, very helpful.
That's my biggest takeaway as I've grown my team and really leaned into virtual support with Cyberbacker is one, yes, there's probably nothing out there that I can't do given the time. However, there are a lot of wheels moving on this real estate bus, and there's only a few of them that are our biggest top priority as agents, which is lead generate, lead follow up, go on appointments, negotiate contracts, and then practice and role play with our scripts and dialogue. That's the day-to-day routine the agents must do. And then there's transaction management, marketing, all these other faucets that plug into our business that if they're not done correctly, it can be detrimental to our clients' financial investment and our business future. And when you look at it, those are just a few of the pieces that really make this bus drive. And at the same time, we have to put on our CEO hat because we're business owners. We're not just realtors, we're running a business. And so we have to take a step back and look at the systems, the workflow, and what does that client experience look like? And that's what excites me most about working with clients like you, Seth, is that you're taking a step back, even though you're 2 years into the business, you're looking at it from a CEO position, not from a realtor position. And that's super impressive, for one, because I'm totally into systems and operations of a business. And two, I know that it's what has allowed me to fast track my business. And so when we can see agents like you step in, be leaders, look at it with that CEO hat as a business owner, and then quickly adapt into the unknown future of virtual leverage and hiring remote workforce from all over, like it's super cool. And so I'm really excited to see what you do in the next year, and kind of what your hub looks like. Let me ask you this, Sal, before we get off. You have the transaction coordinator backer, right? And then you got the marketing backer, correct?
Correct.
So you're running a transaction coordinating backer and a marketing backer. What do you think your next hire is going to be looking forward?
I mean, I see a lot of value in having a contact backer. But the thing is what I really want to hire is an ISA. I would love to have an ISA as our next hire, but I think that it may be a little too overpowered until we get a contact backer to really get that stuff cleaned up. So it's kind of a tough decision. In a perfect world, I just want to hire both at the same time so we can just add that little turbocharger to the engine. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with things right now.
When I did mine, I came back from leadership camp in March, and I was like, oh man, Gary just reminded me that my database is my most important asset to my business, and I'm completely mismanaging it. I need to get a contact backer. And so what we did is we plugged in our contact backer, and right when she hit day 30 is when we hired our ISA. It gave her 30 days to kind of get enough stuff put together that we were starting to hit that challenge where we needed to pick the phone up. And I love that you acknowledge that you need two, because if you hire an ISA to manage your database, that means they're only going to be calling half of the time. And so by you recognizing that you need to have a contact backer to manage the contacts, and then a full-time ISA partnered with that backer, that truly shows that you're thinking about this from that CEO position. And what I'll tell you is when you get ready to make that hire, it will propel your business. Right now, our ISA in conjunction with our database backer, we're up to 87.67% health score in our database. And when she started in March, April, it was right beginning of April, we were at 61%. And Noel's setting on average 5 to 7 appointments per week.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, this works. And so super excited to see what you do, Seth. Are you going to do a pie giveaway this fall? What's your plan?
We have a couple different events planned. So we do our 5 big events a year. The one that we actually have coming up is going to be the weekend before before Halloween. It's going to be a fun-filled costume party. We're going to be doing a few different giveaways with that. We're really big in the Arctic coolers. And so we have everybody come to those things. They get a raffle ticket at the door. We'll give away a couple Arctic coolers. We have looked at doing the pie giveaway thing. We kind of like to switch it up because a few other agents in the area are doing pies. So we kind of try to church it up in different ways. So yeah.
That's amazing. I think the first time we did our pie giveaway, it was 6 listings before January from the pie giveaway. Nice. So each year we're big into the pie giveaway with our team. And one of my biggest reasons behind it is it's scalable. Everybody loves pie. And what my coach told me, and it's true, is if you give someone a pie, they won't put anybody else's sign in their front yard. And so it makes sense. I just go with that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a bunch of fun different things because it's a costume party that we're having there. So we have a couple different giveaways. The biggest aspect's probably the coolers, but there are a few different things we're giving away. So yeah.
Do us a favor for your costume party, give your cyberbackers advance notice on it so they can participate, and
Okay.
bring them in on the screen for the costume party so they can enjoy it. Take pictures, send them to us so we can share your guys' company culture on our Cyberbacker Montana page, and really show everyone how fun it can be merging in-person and virtual office together. Okay.
That sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Are you guys using Google Meet? How are you guys running your day to day?
Zoom.